Everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Adorkable Rachel, and it's time for another episode of Rachel Review, so let's just hop into it. A Star is Born is the third remake of this movie, so it's technically the fourth version of it. I have not seen the other versions, but from what I read about the predecessors, this is a very true adaptation to all of them. A Star is Born is about a famous singer and musician, played by Bradley Cooper, who one day meets an aspiring songwriter, played by Lady Gaga, who also sings but is really shy about it. They start to fall in love, and soon after she sings with him at one of his concerts, and everything just seems to snowball for her after that. And the rest of the movie is about their relationship, their ups and downs and success, and his constant struggle with drugs and alcohol. And Bradley Cooper also directed this movie, which is the first time he's ever done so, and man was this movie just beyond what I think anyone expected it to be. Bradley Cooper, amazing, and oh my gosh, a fantastic singing voice. He has proven so many times to be just such a great comedic actor and a great dramatic actor, and every time I see him in something, I just become more and more of a fan of his. That scruffy musician's beard though. And after I saw the movie, I went and read a little bit about Bradley Cooper, and apparently there was a time when he actually was having an issue with alcoholism, and I just want to go watch this again now with that knowledge, because I think if you do, it's going to be really easy to see that he really went somewhere super deep to find this character and the struggles and the mannerisms. That is some serious shit right there. It's actually kind of heartbreaking now knowing just how personal this role probably was for him. And one of the biggest surprises, Lady Gaga was also amazing. I know that she was in American Horror Story and she won a Golden Globe for that role, but I have not really seen her do any acting until I saw this movie, so I didn't know what to think of her before this. But oh my god, there was so much humanity and truth in this character. She just commands so much presence, and she really has this just really authentic beauty about her, both inside and out. And for someone who's been in the spotlight for a really long time, she just does this amazing job of portraying this insecure singer that just really convincingly breaks out of her shell. I just loved watching her process, seeing this really awkward lounge singer go to just being this amazing star. I've always been a big fan of Lady Gaga's music, and I'm just so happy that as an actor her transition has just paid off so much. Because you know, a lot of musicians who try to go be an actor doesn't always work out so well. But not her, and apparently people are already talking about maybe her being nominated for Best Actress, and I won't be surprised. Oh, and the chemistry between her two leads is, for lack of a better word, electrifying. And it's so easy to believe in the connection between these two because they're both very real and also kind of weird. And love most of the time is really weird, and we just fall in love with the most random quirks sometimes. Not to mention they're just so well written and their dialogue just feels incredibly natural. They got a couple of other big names for this movie like Andrew Dice Clay, Dave Chappelle, Sam Elliott, and they all do kind of play really small, not in the movie for very long kind of roles, but they still make really big impressions. And their screen time definitely isn't wasted. They get to be dramatic and play big parts in the lives of our leads, and I just thought they were all great in this movie. When you think about it, they're kind of random choices for this movie, but Bradley Cooper must have seen something in all of them, and I'm glad he made those calls. I guess this is technically a musical. There's a lot of songs that are sung by the characters in this movie, and it's clear that they're all diegetic because they're basically almost all sung in a concert setting. And I'm definitely not a music critic, but the songs were pretty great too. Our leads just played their hearts out for this movie, and I especially really love seeing Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga sing together. There's just more of that amazing chemistry between them. And I really enjoy the look of this movie too. I don't really know how to describe it, but there's just something about the cinematography and the color schemes. It almost seems like it was shot for a music video, but that's also kind of fitting because this is a movie that's centered around music. In some ways, this movie does have some of the tropes that we've seen in a lot of movies about rising stars, in particular where the star is becoming famous and then people around them are trying to change their image and then they ultimately either overcome it or find a way to balance it out. Yes, we have definitely seen that in a lot of movies, but it's normally not done very well, and I think that's kind of why we're sick of it. But we take for granted that this is a very real thing that happens in this industry, and when they touch on it here, it actually does feel very real. The dynamic between the artist and the manager who says he wants what's best for her but is also kind of controlling, it just feels more authentic here, and the motivations on both parts do make sense. And while Lady Gaga is a really famous singer, I actually do appreciate that in this movie they didn't try to turn her character into like another Lady Gaga hybrid. If they had done that, I think we would have all felt like we were just watching Lady Gaga, but I didn't. I felt like I was watching a rookie singer rise and become a star and become her own person. And ultimately, this movie is about the rise of a star as well as the fall of a star and what it does to each other and what fame does to them on both ends of the spectrum. There's so much friction and passion at the same time, and even if you're not in the music industry, this story is just still so relatable. Our leads are both damaged in their own ways, but there's still a very sincere bond, connection, and devotion that they develop together. And it's also interesting how Bradley Cooper's character is clearly dealing with addiction and a lot of inner demons, but no one in the movie really seems to do anything about it until a pivotal breaking point. And again, that's another very real thing that happens with a lot of famous people who have those kind of issues. People often get scared about stepping in and doing anything, and I know I use this word a lot in this review, but again, it's amazing how authentic this movie is. Can't give away the ending, but I will say that I was definitely on the verge of tears. I'll be honest, I didn't quite bawl like some people did, but it definitely hit me right where it counts. And from what I've been hearing, a lot of people are saying that this is the definitive A Star Is Born movie. The other ones don't even come close, and I wouldn't know because I haven't seen the other ones, but I also wouldn't doubt it because this is such a heavy and powerful movie. And I know I'm not the only person to review this movie to say this, but this is absolutely one of the best films to come out this year, and I will not be the least bit surprised if it gets nominated and wins several Oscars. You want a movie with great music about a love story about two very real but also messy kinds of people? Well, this is probably the perfect go-to. This was also by far the best musical to be produced this year, even better than Mamma Mia! Here We Go Again. Yeah, I said it, fight me. I did not know what to expect going into this movie, but I am beyond glad that I saw it. And it just goes to show that even a third remake can be really amazing sometimes. And a really big congratulations to Bradley Cooper on his directorial debut. Dude, this is gonna be a hard act to follow, but I cannot wait to see more films that you direct. So those are my thoughts on the new A Star Is Born movie, so now I want to know, what did you guys think of the movie? Also let me know, have you seen the other versions of A Star Is Born? Is this one clearly the best one, or is there another one that's your favorite? And are there any other movies coming out soon that you want me to review? Well, go ahead and leave your comments below, be sure to like and share, and if you're new and like what you saw here, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to hit the little bell button down there to get notified when new stuff comes out, because I make new videos every week! Bye, Adorkable buddies! I'll see you soon!